You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice, sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Stone heart, machine gun, firing at the ones who run. Stone heart, those bulletproof glass. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am
Welcome to the call, y'all. Welcome to the call. Guys, we got to get some more people on this call. We got to reach out to our teams. Let's take the next couple of minutes, reach out to our teams, drop it in the group chats. We got to get some people on this call for our guest tonight. You know, she's coming to bring massive value. We got to show up tonight, though. All right, so let's go in the chats, guys. We got about 5 minutes before we actually start. Let's get these numbers up on the call.
Love only exists in my dreams. Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. Everybody's watching her, but she's looking at is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. This is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at
What's up, family? We're gonna get started in the next 3 minutes. Hope y'all got your pens and papers. We're gonna be getting started shortly. I'm excited for this call tonight. Y'all already know cryptocurrency is the wave of the future, and we all want to be able to start building our digital portfolios, right? What they always say is that wealth is created when a small group of people get in front of a trend before the rest of the world. And with cryptocurrency, guys, even though it's obvious that this is where the world is headed, most people still have no clue. So the fact that we're going to be able to get a training on cryptocurrency, some of these coins, what we need to be looking for, what are NFTs, all of these things that's really taking the world by storm right now, guys. You know, get excited, get excited. And what I would tell you to do is try to get a couple more people on, because the information you're about to get tonight is going to change our financial future. So welcome to the call. Welcome to the call.
Now I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. Let's go. Your time is running out. I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. It's all about where you going, no matter where you've been. Let's go.
Y'all already know the vibes. High energy equals high income. So I need y'all to get in peak state before we kick this call off. We got about 60 seconds, okay?
Let's go. There is no better time. I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. Let's go. Right now is where you shine. I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. It's all about where you going, no matter where you've been. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. How's everyone feeling, man? I hope you guys are feeling happy and grateful. I know I definitely am, man. I'm so excited tonight. I got pen and paper. I hope you got pen and paper. Okay, y'all, take the next 15 seconds and run. Go grab one, okay? Grab a pen, grab a paper, because tonight you're going to get educated. You're going to get schooled. You're going to get the sauce. You're going to get some game on what I would like to say is the biggest trend in the world right now, which is cryptocurrency. If you're on this call tonight, okay, and you know, let's talk about it. If you have invested in any cryptocurrency, drop a 1. If you haven't, drop a 2. Let's see who we have on the call, okay? Got to see the mix, okay? I see some ones coming in. I see some ones. Let me drop some ones. I got some crypto, okay? And you got crypto, and you have crypto. I helped you buy crypto. Okay, Christian, you're in Nigeria, so you know we're still working on how to get you some crypto over there. But looking in the chat, I can see that just about everyone on this call has cryptocurrency so far. But if you're on the call and you would like to be able to be a little bit more knowledgeable and have a little bit more education on what cryptocurrency really is, what you should be buying, what you should be looking for, how this stuff really works, drop some sevens in the chat. Okay, drop some sevens in the chat, because I know I be buying the coins they sent out on Swipe Coin, but I'm like, I just hope they right. I have no idea the utility and really how this thing really works, but it's definitely something that we're looking to grow and learn more about. So I'm so excited, guys, that I was able to get someone I call right now a crypto guru, right? This young lady, man, I had an opportunity to be able to talk to her, and she is an encyclopedia when it comes to crypto. She has a wealth of knowledge. I mean, she knows so much when it comes to this crypto stuff. And what's more impressive and more powerful about her is that she learned a lot of it after getting started in the academy. So when you hear from her tonight, guys, I want you to understand that you didn't have to start learning about crypto in 2012. You didn't have to start doing this 10 years ago when it first started. You can actually start to tap in now, and you're still going to know more than 99% of the rest of the world. So what I want you to do, guys, is I need y'all to go absolutely bonkers in the chat. I need y'all to drop some money bags. I need y'all to drop some flames in the chat for our guest speaker joining us all the way from Cali. Okay, it's Corinne from Cali. She's hopping on the call to be able to just share value. I'm so grateful for her for taking time out of her busy schedule to be able to pour into the squad, to be able to just share some of the knowledge that she has to make us more savvy when it comes to cryptocurrency. So I'm going to step out of the way, and I'm going to bring to the call, Corinne from Cali. Corinne from Cali.
Thank you. What's up, guys? Hey, I just got to give it back to you, Sophia. Thank you so much for having me today, and for Chief for putting this together. You ladies are just phenomenal. Love the energy. We're going to have a good time tonight. So I hope you do have your pen and paper. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of sauce. If you stay on until the end, which I hope you do, I'm going to be giving you some little nuggets, some great investments. I'm not a financial advisor, so I just have to put that disclaimer in there really quick. But some projects that I personally found on my own outside of the academy. However, the reason that I was able to find this information and be able to kind of venture off on my own is obviously from just being a part of IM. So just a little bit of history on myself before we dive in is I started with IM Academy in January. So a little less than a year. But I have totally, I would say for probably about the last 6-7 months, my day consists of about 16 hours a day of straight just diving in and learning everything about blockchain technology, the difference between the coins. And Curtis Cobain is one of my favorite digital educators. He's a great reference place to go to if you are new. I'm not going to be able to cover everything tonight. Hopefully we're going to have more of these calls down the road. But for those of you that are just getting started, he has a security 101 video that I would recommend anybody watching. And the reason I say that is because there's so many steps that you need to take to make sure that you're not one of those people that get your email hacked. There's a lot of good information in that class. So Curtis Cobain, he's in the DCX. All the educators are phenomenal, but he specifically has a security one there. And then I also, someone can drop my YouTube channel. I did a security video as well on my YouTube channel a few weeks ago that kind of just, highlights all the stuff that he crammed in, but in a shorter time span. So anyways, that's kind of that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I think the most important thing for me is when I first started, I was very confused about what are all the different types of coins. Everyone hears about Bitcoin, everyone knows a Bitcoin, and then now, Ethereum is like the next, hot topic for coins. But what is the difference between a Bitcoin and Ethereum? And then what is the difference between those two coins and then you have NFTs or, all of the other 8,000 different digital currencies that are out there, because there are thousands of them. So let me just start by saying Bitcoin is, we have things that are considered functional coins. They're transactional coins. You know, and the word kind of says itself, it's for a transaction. So if I was to give you a Bitcoin and you were to give me a Bitcoin back, at the end of the day, it would still be a Bitcoin, just like a dollar, you know, and just like you know, whatever country that you live in, you know, here I'm from, you know, the United States, from California. So my money looks a little bit different than yours, but on every single dollar, there's a serial number. Okay. Just like on every single transaction for Bitcoin, you have a code, a wallet address, or something that is also attached to that currency so that it can be tracked the same way. But rather than it being tracked in a bank account, it's being tracked on a blockchain, or what we hold in our digital wallet. So Bitcoin was created to basically take place of the US dollar, to find another way that we could take the hands out of the banking and the financial institution and be able to have more control of our own money. One of the things that I absolutely love about this space is that it was intentionally created so that everyone has an opportunity to get involved. You know, it's not about the rich, you know, staying rich and the poor staying poor. It was developed and created so everyone has equal opportunity, no matter where you live, as long as you have a phone, a computer, or internet service, right? You can dive in, you have access to basically purchase any of these digital currencies for the most part. Some of them, there's still certain areas of in the world where you may not be able to purchase one at this point, because they maybe haven't made it onto that exchange, like a Coinbase or something, but we're definitely getting there. So it allows everyone an equal opportunity to be able to buy in at some of these amazing projects and coins at a very early stage without needing tens of thousands of dollars in capital to be able to actually buy your way in. So that's a functional, like a transactional coin would be a Bitcoin. Okay. Then you have your other tokens, like so Ethereum. Ethereum was basically created to take over the, it's like the internet, or the banking system. So it has a different purpose. And the biggest difference in the two is that Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, is an amazing, amazing currency. You know, it's doing great things. But with Bitcoin, other than you purchasing things with Bitcoin and obviously investing in Bitcoin, there's not a lot of other what we call utility. Okay, I'll get into the utility a little bit later. But there's not a lot else that you can really do with Bitcoin. You know, like I said, you can, more and more places are starting to accept it as a legal tender. El Salvador was actually the first country to adopt Bitcoin, where they made it a legal tender. So they have to, by law now, offer Bitcoin at all places, just like they would Apple Pay, you know, and ask how you want to pay. Bitcoin is now a legal tender. And slowly, we're actually moving into that direction. You'll start to notice more and more places accepting Bitcoin. Amazon, you've got Google just lifted their ban on Bitcoin. So you're going to be starting like with the Google Play Store and all of that. You're going to be able to start using Bitcoin to purchase things off of apps in the Apple Store, Android, and all these other things. So really, really, really awesome. But other than that, there's not too much that you can do with Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum being the token that it is, and like I said, the biggest thing is with the Ethereum blockchain, it was created so that you can actually build on top of it. Nobody can build on top of Bitcoin's blockchain. They are their own elite, private, you know, thing. You cannot build another project or another coin off of, sorry, I'll stop doing that, off of the Bitcoin blockchain. But with Ethereum, a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen. Let me see. Gonna do, hang on one second, guys. Let me get this pulled up. I'm gonna share again. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. And Share. All right. Can you guys see this? I have CoinGecko up.
Yes, we're good.
Perfect. Thank you. And then I don't have my separate screen, so I don't have enough room for the chat. So please, Sophia, if anybody of you guys need to stop me for any reason, just come off mute or raise your hand or whatever, and I'll try to answer your questions. So with Ethereum, now CoinGecko is a resource. This is probably the best one that you can go to research coins, to find out basically anything. So Bitcoin is at our number 1, Ethereum is at our number 2. So it ranks them in basically volume and in market cap, meaning like basically popularity and where they're at on the list of 9,000 plus coins. Up here, you'll see where it says coins. There are 9,338 coins currently on CoinGecko. There are actually a lot more than that. They just have not made it to CoinGecko yet. But as you can see, there are almost 10,000 coins out there right now. 86%, 84 to 86% of all 9,338 are ran off of the Ethereum blockchain. Let me say that again. 84 to 86% of every single 9,338 coins is ran off of the Ethereum blockchain. So when we say, and I say Ethereum is about to do some crazy things, it's because so many of them are actually either building off the Ethereum blockchain, or you have to actually use Ether, which is gas, which I didn't know in the beginning. You have to actually pay a gas fee to buy Ethereum tokens, to, convert something into Ethereum or buy a different token. You have to pay a gas fee. That gas fee you can actually find right here. There's this little gas can. Right now, gas is really low. It's at 39 gigaway. Okay, so depending on what you're trying to buy, you're going to have to pay. 39 is actually really low compared to what it's been. Last week, it was at 5,000. And the biggest thing that affects the price of gas are NFT drops. And I will get into those later. There's a lot of projects that are coming out. They drop their NFTs basically, and everybody's going in to buy them at one time. And it drives the cost of gas way, 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 way up. Okay. So 84 to 86% of all coins use Ethereum. Ethereum is an amazing investment right now. Now, the reason Ethereum is stuck where it's at. So in 2017, I think it was, that Ethereum was created. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was way before that. But in 2017, Ethereum almost flipped Bitcoin, meaning they were like racing for that first place spot, right? But Ethereum's gas fees have always been a problem. The gas fees have been so expensive. Like I said, right now they're low, but a couple of months ago, just to purchase something for $50, there were times that you were actually spending $250 to $500 just in gas to purchase that small amount. It doesn't matter how much you purchase. It's the same for 50 as it is for 5,000. It's just a set amount. And so for that reason alone, a lot of people were not using the Ethereum blockchain. They couldn't afford the gas. Why are you going to go pay $250 for gas on something that maybe you're only interested in investing $25? It didn't make sense. So Bitcoin took the #1 spot. And one of the creators of Ethereum, Mr. Gavin Wood, he's a brilliant, fascinating man. He kind of went off to the side and created Polkadot. Polkadot, if you guys are not invested into Polkadot, that actually wasn't one of the 3 that I was going to talk about today, but Polkadot is an amazing project. You can actually get that on Coinbase. So Mr. Gavin Wood, one of the founders of Ethereum, went off to create Polkadot. The purpose of Polkadot was to make decentralized finance, DeFi, when you guys hear DeFi, meaning that it would be available to everybody. And so that all currencies that were within the Polkadot ecosystem were compatible with each other, meaning right now you cannot buy Ethereum with Bitcoin. You cannot buy a non-Ethereum token without Ethereum. You have to buy an Ethereum token with ETH. They're not interchangeable. They don't work together. You have all these different wallets for all these different currencies. Those of you that are invested can probably agree it can be very much of a pain. You've got all these different exchanges and places that you hold your money. And at the end of the day, it's very complex. So the purpose of Polkadot, and let me see, I think I even have a, here we go. This is part of some of the projects that are actually going to be on the Polkadot ecosystem. And the way that Mr. Gavin Wood is creating this is so that they will all be able to work with each other. So you will be able to send Bitcoin to an Ethereum, buy an Ethereum based token with Bitcoin, because basically it goes in and then they do the work and convert it into whatever it needs to be. And then you're able to purchase what you want to purchase. So I kind of look at the Polkadot ecosystem like we have like our Treasury of the United States, that holds all of our money and does all of our money printing. I kind of consider the Polkadot ecosystem like the treasury of cryptocurrency. They are one of the first that is actually financially so they have a treasury. Up until this point, and even Bitcoin, and that's why there's been a lot of people that were hesitant about getting involved in this space, is they were in fear of actually losing out on their money. You put your money into something, if you send it to the wrong wallet or something happens, it gets hacked, you lose it, you're out. Nobody can help you get that money back. Polkadot and a lot of these other projects now that are starting to come out, because they understand the concern, they actually are backed by a treasury. So they can, your money is basically safe. If something happens to it, it's like an insurance policy. You can be sure that they're actually going to compensate. So say it's hacked. We just heard about a couple hacks that happened the other day, with Coinbase and Binance a couple of weeks ago. Fortunately, some of those were backed by a treasury, so they're able to get their money back. Some of these other projects are not. So that's an important thing to also look into when you're investing in certain projects is there a treasury? Is it backed? Is it regulated by the government, in any way? And it's not always a bad thing that it is, it just basically gives you, what do you want to call it? Like, that your money is going to be safe. So that is the Polkadot ecosystem. So his hopes were, by creating this, all of them were going to be able to be interoperable with each other. And then it would drive gas prices down because there's so much volume coming in that the amount of money that's being put into the ecosystem is actually covering the fees of gas. So let me go back to CoinGecko. All right. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Matic. Matic is also known as Polygon. This was created, not that. This is Ethereum's best friend. Polygon is Ethereum's best friend. The reason that they were, and they run off the Ethereum blockchain, okay? Basically, when people buy into this token, the money that's put into circulation helps eat the gas fees. So look at you guys, it's gone up to 83 now. It was just 35, now it's 83. So it's gone up almost 50 gig away in just the last, 3 minutes. So you always want to make sure if you're purchasing something with Ethereum, go to the gas can, go to CoinGecko, and it'll tell you what the gas is, okay? But the better Polygon does, the better Ethereum does. So Polygon is also another really, really good investment to get into. That's also on Coinbase. So back to the different functions. So we talked about Bitcoin being a transactional token. We talked about Ethereum. Basically, the gas fees have been the only problem. Those gas fees are actually getting solved. So we should expect to see some extremely significant gains by the end of the year between having Polygon and the Polkadot ecosystem is almost fully launched right now. So those two things together are going to do great things for Ethereum. But Ethereum's purpose was to take over the banking and like the Google, like the internet. It's basically like the token of the internet, like the, Google or whatever. So transactions can be done a lot quicker and people can build off of the Ethereum blockchain. Another thing that you can do with Ethereum. So there are a lot of different ways that you can earn money in this space. And I'm going to do another video. That'll be a whole nother day on all the different passive incomes. But with Ethereum, there's things that you can do called staking and farming. And just to keep it simple, say you buy Polkadot, because we already talked about Polkadot. Okay. If you buy Polkadot on, it is KuCoin, I believe. I'll have to look into that and confirm later. One of them allows you to actually stake your Polkadot, meaning if you buy 10 Polkadot and you agree to stake it there, meaning you agree that for so many days you're not going to touch it, they will actually pay you an interest rate yearly on your holdings. And it gets dropped every week. It'll be rewards that are sent directly to your Polkadot wallet. So for instance, right now I'm staking my Polkadot and I get 12% interest just for holding it there. The reason projects do this is because there's a lot of, when a project first launches, they have what's called like an early token distribution or a pre-sale, or, you know, where basically you can get in at a pre-sale at a significantly cheap price. And then once the project launches, it skyrockets in price. Sometimes it'll do 5 times in a day. But then you have these what are called whales with very large holdings. As soon as that 5 times is, they liquidate their wallet, they swing trade, basically they pull their assets out and then they put it off to the side, wait for the market to dip down, and then they buy back in. So the purpose of rewarding people to stake and agree to actually hold your money there is to keep people from doing that. So the project will have a very steady growth instead of a very fast growth and then a huge drop. You know, a lot of investors don't really like to see that. So there's a lot of incentives with staking. Like I said, you know, you can always check it out, see if whatever currency you have allows staking. And again, you know, if they do, you stake it and you get paid an interest rate, sometimes up to 35%. And sometimes hundreds percent. It just kind of depends on the process. Let's see. So another thing that you can do with Ethereum is, I'm sure everyone has heard about like all the different minings. There's different products that you can buy where you just plug it in and it's basically, you're like part of a test network, and Helium is one of them. You know, you buy this hotspot and you pay for the hotspot. But once you have it in your possession, you plug it in and it mints these helium tokens, not the helium and balloon, the helium, they're like energy waves, like radio waves, and they confirm signals back and forth to each other. Okay. But when you do that and when you participate in their network and in their project, they drop helium tokens into your wallet as a reward. So totally passive income. You just buy the hotspot. And once you have it, it's like a money printing machine. Okay, so all these things that I'm talking about, and the reason that I'm talking about all these things are, these are all different things you can do with Ethereum. In the beginning, when I talked about Bitcoin, how it's very simple, you can just use it as a transactional coin and a functional coin. You know, Ethereum, you have all these other things that work within the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, and then lastly, we have, well, not lastly for the call, but lastly for the coins is, who here has heard of NFTs? If you guys know what NFTs are, if you have heard of NFTs, drop some 7s in the chat. I want to see where we're at. All right, few of us. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So NFTs right now, you guys, is something that I have been digging in heavily into in the past couple of months. A lot of people are getting into these projects and finding out about them very, very, very early. But basically, an NFT is short for a non-fungible token. Okay, non-fungible token, meaning that there's only one of each one, and it's registered to a unique serial number. So an NFT doesn't have to just be a piece of artwork that you purchase, you know, that's maybe a one of a made and you have the only one. Some of them they make 1,000 of, and you might have one of 1,000, but each one has a unique serial number so that it cannot be duplicated, it cannot be copied. Same as if you go to a movie. If you go to a movie right now and you purchase a movie ticket, There's one movie ticket for that seat at that time for that movie, right? They cannot sell two tickets to the same movie in your seat. Only one of them exists. Excuse me. So what they're doing right now with NFTs are eventually going to be all of that. You aren't going to be purchasing your movie ticket at a movie theater, or if you go to a concert, you're not going to be using ticket booths or whatever to go up to purchase. You're actually going to be purchasing them in what would be considered an NFT, because there's only one and it's issued to you. It's trackable. But one of the biggest things about it that people like is that there's actually royalties attached to some of these NFTs, meaning say you go to, I don't know, a basketball game, say back when like Michael Jordan was playing, or even like, whoever your favorite team is. If you purchase a ticket for that team and say it's just like a great team or a great game, or, whatever, like you have that ticket, which later on might actually be worth something for you to sell. Funny enough, people buy these things, because you were actually at that game, and they might attach a highlight to it, or something really cool and really unique. So non-fungible basically just means only one of them can exist to that exact serial number, and they cannot be copied and they cannot be duplicated. Okay. So one of the biggest, I can stop sharing my screen for a second that you guys can see me more. All right. Okay. So, I don't want to get in too much to where you can like purchase and buy NFTs, but I just want you guys to understand that the NFT sector right now and the way where things are going, the first thing I can say is before you even get involved with these projects, do your homework. Like hours and hours and hours and hours of homework. I like to consider myself pretty savvy when it comes to these projects. And I will tell you, last week, this project had all of the right indicators. It was like a 5 out of 5. They had everything that I was looking for. And it ended up being a rug pull, meaning they used somebody to hype up the name, to hype up their accounts. Come to find out, it was filled with a bunch of bots and fake profiles and all of these things. But you get caught behind the hype and thinking that a project is really going to be solid and really good. And it ends up being a total flop. So unfortunately, I got involved in one of those last week, but I learned a ton from it. Okay. I learned a ton. Projects that all of a sudden appear out of nowhere, and a week later they've got like 20, 30, 40,000 people on their Twitter accounts, and the chats are going crazy and they're offering you all these things. You're going to think, wow, okay, wow, that with that type of a following, this is good. Dig deeper. Just dig deeper. That's all I can say. So just be really careful when you're getting involved into NFT projects. Now, one of the ones that I do want to share with you though, so this is one of the projects that I was going to talk to you guys about. I'm going to share my screen again. This is the only one that actually I did learn from Curtis Cobain's class. The other two I'm going to talk about I found on my own. It is Ecomi. You guys, Ecomi is, so the app is Vivi. Vivi is the app. You can download it on your phone. They are a premium licensed digital collectibles, straight NFTs. Ecomi is the token. Okay, right now, the only places that you can actually get Ecomi, and if you look on CoinGecko and you put in, I'll just show you guys Ecomi. So like if you're researching projects in the future, if you were to put in the project you're looking for, and then you go down a little bit, it's loading slowly. Come on. But it'll tell you. Here we go. These are the exchanges. So it's available at Bit4x, Gate.io. And those are the only two that I am familiar with. They will be hitting many, many, many others. But what I can tell you guys about this project right now, this project is about to blow the caps off. This project, I have been following this project since February. Okay. I have been following this project since February. I am highly, this is probably my number one investment. The reason that I'm so excited about this project, you guys, is all these other NFT projects that are out there, they're not licensed. They don't have any partnerships with any main like brands and licenses, right? They're all just kind of like maybe some artists you've heard of, but most of them, they're people just creating these JPEG pictures. You know, you've heard of like, I don't know if you've heard of CryptoPunks, you know, the yacht club, the 8 yacht clubs, and they're selling for millions of dollars for these 16 by 16 or 24 by 24 pixel arts. It's insane, right? Well, Vivi is, they have over 300 that we know of licenses from brands like Marvel. They actually just got a partnership with Marvel, not just licensing rights. Marvel partnered with them. So did DC Comics. One of the craziest things, for those of you guys that don't know, and neither did I, Marvel and DC Comics have been the biggest rivals of all time, especially in the digital collectible world, comics, Pokemon, you know, all of that. Speaking of Pokemon, Alfred Kahn, who was the creator, he's the one that brought Pokemon into the States. He is Ecomi's head of licensing. He also is the owner of 4Kids Entertainment. He is known as the king of licenses. Everybody wants him. So he is their head of licensing. So they were able to get Marvel and DC Comics, both wanted to jump on board with them. They have licensing rights and partnerships with Tokidoki, Powerpuff Girls, Adventure Time, Superman, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. Disney is on the way. Barbie was just confirmed. You guys, the list, this is only just a few of them. And Star Trek, the list goes on and on and on. But when you have a company like this that has over 300, and it's not just digital collectibles like Superman and whatnot, they also partnered with General Motors. So, you know, you can eventually General Motors, they're going to come out with all these cars that you can get as NFTs that are actually, you can scale them up, you can make them bigger, you can add things to them, you can drive them around. So for the last, since February, Ecomi has been a very slow moving project. They have been focused on the project more than the actual coin. The coin has been sitting, it's just doubled in the last 2 days, actually. It's doubled in the last 2 days, and I'm going to tell you why. Up until now, they have had their app, you know, but there's been a couple of things that have kept some of the big investors out. And the main one is right now, you cannot take their NFTs that you own off of the Vivi app and sell them on an open market. Now, when I'm saying an open market, I'm meaning like OpenSea. OpenSea and Rarible are probably the two most popular ones. If you go to OpenSea, you guys can check it out. There's lots of projects that go that like the CryptoPunks and all those other ones I was talking about, where you can actually buy them and then resell them on an NFT marketplace. OpenSea is an NFT marketplace where you can literally sell it for whatever you want. And it's all in the eye of the beholder. Whatever somebody thinks it's worth is what they're going to pay for it. So up until, and even still right now, you can buy these in their app. Unfortunately, I wish I could bring mine up, but it's on my phone so I could show you. But right now there's no way for you to actually sell them off the app. And a lot of investors did not like that. So by the end of the month, they're supposed to have it by the end of this month, which is why I say it's an amazing time to get in. The price of an Ecomi token right now, you guys, is 0.005 of a penny. It's not even a penny yet. Okay. But you can see just in the last 30 days, we went up 105%. In the last 7 days, we went up 64%. Okay. I've been waiting for a pullback so I can buy some more, but we've just had so much news and different licensings that have come out. So by the end of this month, they're going to allow us to actually take our collectibles off their market and sell them on OpenSea. So really, really big deal. Not only that, they are coming out with a metaverse. Is anybody here familiar with what a metaverse is? Go ahead and yeah, metaverse, Decentraland, perfect. Yep. Sandbox, all of that. So metaverses are, it's basically, it's all NFTs, right? You can buy digital land. You can buy digital land plots, which go for some of them hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's absolutely insane. You can buy these digital lands and assets, and you can build on top in virtual real estate. Yes, that's one that I was going to talk about later too. You can buy this virtual land and you can build things on top of them. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, why? I didn't get it. Why would people do that? Why would you even spend so much money on a land that you don't even have access to, right? It's a way for people to actually earn passive income. You can buy the land. If you want to resell it, you can resell it. But if you buy it and then there's an app store, you know, like you have, I know my kids play Roblox. You've got, what's that other one that they used to always, Minecraft, right? And you can build these homes and you can, you know, buy a stereo and put in a swimming pool and like do all of these other things, right? But the avatars don't talk and, you know, it's still very limited. So yeah, perfect. So now with the Sandbox and with like Algorand and now Vivi is coming out with their own metaverse. It's going to be a Vivi verse. You're going to actually be able to buy land and people are able to build things on top of them. Like they just had a space jam, a summer jam. Somebody bought a huge estate of virtual land. They had some very popular artists, music artists. I don't exactly remember all of the artists that agreed to do there, but they built it up and created this amazing like stadium inside where you have to actually pay to get in. And then they sold tickets virtually so you could attend this virtual concert from your own home by purchasing tickets into their summer jam. So a lot of people are starting to buy land and build a bowling alley on it. If you're a content creator and you like to make your own games, you can actually, you know, there's all these sites you can go on now where kids can learn how to code. You can learn how to make your own video game or whatever you want to make it, right? If you are a coder, you like to make games, you can buy a small plot of land. You can have access to your video game and you charge a fee at the door. So somebody has to pay you to actually contribute or play in your game. You could have a bowling alley. You could do a movie theater. I mean, you could do a theme park. You know, you buy roller coasters, you or whatever you want it to be. You know, the last one I saw was a bowling alley and it was awesome. You know, and I think it costs like $5 to get in, but you get to go in and you get to play a game and compete against different people. And the person, yeah, you can make money off your kids. Exactly. Here, design this. You know, but it's really, really cool. So these metaverses are starting to actually develop, and it's going to get to a point where, and this sounds really crazy, so just bear with me. You have the VR and the AR goggles, right? For like virtual reality. It's going to get to a point where you are going to put these glasses on and you're going to be able to walk into the Sandbox metaverse or the Viviverse or one of these. And you're going to actually be able to walk around your room or your house and actually like be inside of this metaverse, talking with people, like knocking on doors, buying tickets at ticket stands and interacting with each other. So all through a headset, you know, it's crazy. It's virtual. Then they have another thing called augmented reality. Vivi, and I want to play a little video that I took. So the thing that I love about Vivi, and they're miles ahead of everybody else, you guys, miles ahead of everybody else, is that every And if you, like I said, if you go to the VV app, you can still go in and you can actually buy off the market some of these collectibles that are still pretty reasonably cheap right now. As soon as we're able to take them off market and post them somewhere else, they're going to skyrocket. So we've got a bunch of people going in there and buying up a ton of stuff right now because they're just waiting to be able to flip it on OpenSea. I'm not saying go in and just start buying a bunch of stuff. I'm just saying that theirs are unlike nobody else's. But one thing that I love about VV, and the reason they stand out so much besides their licenses, right, is they have augmented reality and virtual reality already built in. And you can actually make things bigger and smaller. So this is, Marvel just dropped their very first NFT digital comic books. Okay. Marvel's very first digital comic books were dropped on their app. This is, I was at my parents' house. This was their backyard, right? This is my comic book. I took it from my app. I
Share your
scanned.
screen, Corinne.
I'm sorry.
Your screen.
Oh, let me
You
share.
don't see it.
Oh, we got to fix that. Hang on. Thank you. Let me see. I got to share new screen. Let me stop sharing this one and let me share this one. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do you guys see this with the little Giants bear thing here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Sorry, guys. So this, like I said, is my backyard. I scanned the surface and I dropped this comic right here. Now let me show you what you're able to do. Got my dogs in the background. You're able to actually turn the pages, move the book. You can walk up to it. It's readable. I walk closer. So you just move the phone closer to the object. Awesome, right? To be able to actually do that with something that you hold on your phone. Like, and so it's a lot of fun. So with VV, like I said, you can purchase any of their stuff and you can actually, like, I've taken pictures of my kids with Wonder Woman, with Supergirl, with Catwoman, and or like I would put the DeLorean, they have a DeLorean from Back to the Future. I dropped the DeLorean outside, in my backyard, and you can open the door by touching the thing and make it like 100 times bigger. It's scalable than what it is. So none of these other NFTs are able to do that. And that's why VV is way ahead of the game. All these other ones are just fixed. You can't make them bigger. You can't make them do anything. They don't talk, they don't move, they don't do anything. VVs do. So Ecomi is about to blow up. So that is definitely one of my biggest things. So I'm hoping that you guys have kind of a clear, perception about what NFTs are. Does anybody have any questions before I move away from NFTs? Does anybody have any questions about NFTs or want me to, have any questions?
Hi. You said, did you do any YouTubes on these?
I have not done a YouTube on this yet. I did one on safety. And then I did one on a project that I'm actually going to talk about briefly here in just a minute. And then I will be making more content.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Corinne, this is Chi. I have a
Hi.
question.
Yeah.
Hey. I wanted to go back. It wasn't specific on NFTs, but I was just wanted to pick your brain on what do you think about Shibu being on Coinbase? I know Kurt was saying that, it's one of those meme coins, hype coins. And I haven't heard anything updated from what Kurt has said from before. I haven't caught any of his most recent ones. What's your 2 cents on that?
No, great question, actually. Thank you. Because that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. So what is the difference between hype coins and real coins? everything that you guys have heard me talk about so far, other than Bitcoin, when I mentioned utility earlier, being that, the main difference between a hype coin and something like Ecomi, the more reasons that you have to use the coin, the more case studies that are behind it, the more reasons for people to want to buy into it, the better it is. When you have things like hype coins, right? And Sheeb is kind of on like a borderline. And I'll explain a little bit more. Let's talk about Doge. Doge is hype. Doge does not have a lot of utility behind it. Now, there are some things in the works, and I may change my mind about them if they go through, meaning if they get adopted by a bigger blockchain, if a large retail, Amazon or somebody agree to accept Doge as a form of payment, then things will change. But what happens with hype coins is, and not all of them blow up to be anything, right? So for every 10 that you invest in, you might be lucky to nail one. But most of them, it's the hype and then it crashes. So we saw Doge get up to like 70 something cents, and everybody that got in early made a lot of money, so, definitely hats off to you guys. Like, I hope that you got out when it was the right time and did something with that money. But then it crashes because people realize, okay, well, now I have all this money sitting in Doge. Now what do I do with it? Like, they get tired of just looking at it in a wallet. I can't go to the store and buy something with it. I can't buy virtual land with it. I can't buy NFTs with it. I can't stake it and get interest. There's no mining that I can do with it. Although I think now there's a program you can download and you can actually mine Doge. So all those things are utility. And when there's not a lot of utility attached to the token, there's not a whole lot that you can do with it. So people are going to start, basically taking their money and putting it into another project. Now with Sheeb, I'm on the line with Sheeb because Sheeb actually does have some utility. Sheeb is also ran off the Ethereum blockchain, and the CEO actually of Ethereum is actually partnered with Sheeb. He supports Sheeb. Sheeb, at the very beginning of their project, they sent a large amount of Sheeb to the founder of Ethereum's wallet, which then he donated to, I don't know which hurricane disaster or something that it was, but he held a lot of those tokens and then actually decided to do some good with it. But they have staking. You can go to Shiba Swap and you can actually stake their coins there. Like I said, it's ran off of the Ethereum blockchain. So there is going to be more interoperability, like more things kind of pushed into Sheeb. But I'm still watching them because at any time they could do away with something and it could still at the end of the day just be a hype coin. So, those are kind of the main differences. When you're looking at a project, you want to look at, one, does it have a lot of utility? Two, does it have a case study? Okay, are there, like, what can you do with it? Like with Ecomi, the one that I just talked about, you can buy their NFTs, right? So you can not only buy the coin, other than people buying Sheeb and I'll just go back to Doge. Other than people buying Doge, that's really the only way to get money into the coin. There's nothing else you can really do to stick money into that project. When you have other ones that have a lot of utility, like Ecomi, if you're buying like their NFTs, you're buying it, and they were very brilliant when they thought of this, because in their app, you have to buy the gems to get the NFTs, and you buy the gems through Apple. It's Apple Pay, right? So they did it without people knowing that you're buying Ecomi, you're buying gems, because most people don't know, and they get turned away and they get scared of cryptocurrency. They don't know anything about it. If you were to say, you have to go buy this token, then bring it into the app, then buy these NFTs. People are probably not going to go there. So if you go into the VeVe app, VeVe, and let me just see, actually, I can show you the app right here on my phone. If you go in there, you buy the gems with Apple Pay. So you just click get more gems and it does it through the Apple Store, however you have. And if you have Android, it does it through that. If you don't have either, it does it through the Google Play Store. So there's a lot of different options that you can use. But VeVe, if you guys can see, this is the app, VeVe at the top. And then basically you have to create a profile for yourself. It has the 2-layer authentication. So you have to set up your email and get the security code. It's very safe, very safe. Okay. And right now we hold all of our NFTs on this app. We hold them here. And like I said, it's very safe. So back to the utility. So being able to buy the gems, which actually puts money into the token. Then as more people are finding out about the project, they're buying the Ecomi coins, which goes in. Now we're going to have a VeVeverse, which when people buy land, we have these showrooms where you can actually display your NFTs, because Gary V, Gary and then VEE. Gary V is a phenomenal person to follow on Twitter, Instagram, all of that. He is an NFT guru. There's a lot of really good videos that he has made on YouTube. But he's just amazing to follow. And one of the things that he was talking about was like, so with some of these metaverses and whatnot, right? Like with VeVe, you have, or not with VeVe, sorry. Everyone has a collection. Like think about growing up. You go to somebody's house, maybe they collected Care Bear stuffed animals, right? Everyone wanted to show off their care. You'd have them all spread out all over your bed, because you wanted everyone to see, or maybe you collect stamps, you collect magnets or bells or whatever it is. Without even realizing, most people collect something of some kind, right? So with NFTs, now, and the purpose of that, people are proud of them, but you only get your camera. I love it. But you're only able to show them off when people come into your home. So we have all of these things that have a lot of sentimental value, or maybe a lot of like value in general because they're so old, but the only way people see them is when they come into your home. Now with NFTs, you're actually able to display them in places and make them visible for the world to see. So now a collector can buy these things. Like I have a showroom. I have like 206 collectibles on VeVe actually. Like I said, that's probably my biggest project. They have a master collectors program that they're coming out with. And I wanted to make sure that I was part of the master collectors program because there's a lot of incentives and stuff with that. But slowly, it just takes time. My goal was 100, and then it was, and it's just over time, you just accumulate more. So, I have a vault and I have all my collectibles laid out and placed. And like I said, you can turn them, you can flip them upside down, you can place them however you want to in this showroom, in this galaxy, which soon we'll be able to put in a metaverse. So people can come in and be able to see your NFTs and possibly make you an offer on one of your NFTs. And down the road, you're actually going to be able to rent them out, which is kind of amazing. Somebody wants to do a little trailer video and they need a DeLorean. It's got the engine, it's got the lights. You're going to be able to drive in everything. And it looks 100% just like the DeLorean from the movie. So you might be able to rent your DeLorean out, or build an RC track and race with it. So it's just really, 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 really cool. So, so yeah, basically I'm super excited about that project. That's why I'm like, keep going on about that. But, Chi, if that answers your question about the difference between hype and the difference between this, you basically want to find stuff, like I said, with, they're opening another marketplace where you'll be able to buy bundle packages with plants and TVs and shelves and swimming pools and, all these things And when you buy those bundle packages, you're putting money into the token. When you buy the land, you're putting money into the token. Anything you do goes to the token. So that's that. Any other questions for now? All right. So I'm going to go back to CoinGecko. So when I'm looking at researching projects, I already talked about a couple of the things, right? A big thing is, and Ecomi does not have a max supply here. Okay, there's a question mark right now because they're in the process of actually converting over to another blockchain. One other fascinating fact about this project to you guys, and is they're the first green ever NFT blockchain, meaning they don't use any gas. They don't use any Ethereum. They are 100%, 99.9% carbon footprint green, meaning they don't use Ethereum, but they are going to be running it off of the Ethereum gas or Ethereum blockchain using part of the token and the money that's put into the token to pay for the gas. So it's going to be totally free. So now people are going to have a place to actually go and sell these things or mint them. And you don't have to worry about what gas fees are. It's 100% gas free. So that's going to be a huge game changer in itself. So the max supply is still being figured out because we're going to be moving over to a different blockchain and they're going to be burning a ton of these tokens. You know, for those of you that don't know what like a deflationary token is, so if there's a max supply, like let's go to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a deflationary token, meaning there's a max supply. One of the reasons people like, how does Bitcoin keep going up? I don't understand. How do people say it's going to go to 100,000 by the end of this year or 2 million by 2027? It just doesn't make sense. If you see a max supply right here at 21 million with the US dollar, right? There is no max supply, really. I mean, they keep printing money. They keep giving stimmies out. It's just print. We don't know how much is actually going to be in circulation, okay? But when you have a max supply, it tells you there's only ever going to be 21 million of those coins minted ever, and that's it. So every 4 years, there's a halving that takes place in Bitcoin. And actually, I think I have a thing I can show you guys. I gotta move this out of the way. There's a halving that takes place and every 4 years, and basically some of the stuff that is in circulation gets taken out of circulation, meaning when there's less of something, it causes there's scarcity, right? So as we take out of circulation, we make less available, but there's more of a demand. It's deflationary and it's scarce, so it drives price up. Okay, so I'm gonna have to show my screen again because I don't think this is gonna go back and share this one. I just want to show you guys how not early we are. All right. This is the cycle of Bitcoin. Let me try to blow it up a little bit so you guys can see it. All right. So this is the cycle of Bitcoin. And as you can see, guys, this was back in 2011. Can you guys see this? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, perfect. So this was our wave 1, our wave 2, our wave 3, boom, big crash. And we had our halving. Okay, which means half of the Bitcoin that was going out and minted by miners is now going to be cut in half. So only half of the amount is going to be available. And that's when we saw a huge spike back in 2012, 2013. Then we had wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. You guys over here, we're in 2021. We are just now approaching wave 2. We haven't even hit wave 3. So just to give you an idea of how early you are, back in 2006 or 17 and 18, when we had that huge jump up and it came down, we had a halving. We are halfway in between wave 1 and wave 2. We have not even seen wave 3. So we are very, very, very early in that sense. Very early in that sense. let's see. So back to share my screen. Oh, I guess I should have just kept it on there. Researching projects. So when you're researching a project, does it have a max supply? If it has a burn mechanism, if it's deflationary, and you might have to dig around a little bit more to find out if it's deflationary, right? That's also another really good sign. You also want to make sure that you click on their Facebook, you click on their actual website. Do they have a website that's actually working? Do they have a Facebook and a Twitter account? Do they have, click around and see that they're actually legit? Because just because they land on CoinGecko does not mean that they are anybody, you guys can make a coin. You can call it whatever you want. Like I said, I learned last week or 2 weeks ago with that NFT project, and fill a room with a bunch of fake profiles and computer bots to make it look like real people. Check out their website, see if they actually, if it's in, if you're early and it's in testing phases or it's actually launching, just do your website or research. So you always want to look into those things. Okay. Now for two of the projects that I found on my own, and I'm going to give you guys these, and it's all these are extremely early. Ecomi is early and about to blow the tops off. But another one is when I think of projects, and again, I got to give it back to the Academy and Curtis, because I wouldn't have found out how to research projects, if it wasn't for them. And then I kind of came up with my own list. And I also came up with the list off of from Mr. Gavin Wood, who's the creator of Ethereum. There's certain things that he said have to have, when they make it to his Polkadot. And so those things that he thinks are important, those are obviously important for me. Proppy. Proppy is a virtual real estate company. I did a class for my team about 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago. It was 18 cents. When I did my class less than 2 months ago, Proppy was very new. I have been eyeing it. I found them before they were even on CoinGecko, because I was just researching, things that are recession proof for me. Real estate, people are always going to be buying and selling. Electric vehicles, that's the last one we're going to get into. People are always going to need gas or electricity and things like that. So I try to think of projects that, what are things that are going to be able to thrive in a bear market, that regardless of how the economy or anything is doing, people are still going to need it. You will see down here, in 30 days, we've gone up 223%. It's still early though, you guys, it's still early. But 2 months ago when I talked about this, it was at, like I said, like 18 cents or something like that. So Proppy is, PRO is the ticker. Again, you would have to look, you can get it using MetaMask. I don't know if you guys know how to use MetaMask or Uniswap. Curtis does have a video for that. I'll have to do another video on that later and show people how to actually purchase these coins. But you use Uniswap or MetaMask to get Proppy. And if you go to their page, and the Silicon Valley is very close to where I live. It's like 45 minutes away, and it's a very pricey area. A lot of money in that area. Coldwell Bankers, Century 21, these are some huge partnerships in real estate companies that are known all around the world. So when you're also doing your project, you want to look and see, what partnerships do they have? Who else is investing their money in them? Not just as an investor, but as an actual partnership. So if they have partnerships, and you see that there is a need for this, it's the world's first real estate NFT. So it's considered an NFT because it's done virtually, and you can only sell that house one time, right? You can't sell the same house 5 times. So they just were on ABC News. They were on, oh my God, they've been making headlines all around the world. And they just merged also with, it's called Super World, which is a virtual metaverse that you can also buy land on. So this is an amazing project, you guys, amazing project. Like I said, it has gone up significantly in the last 30 days. But if you look at the year to end date, It's only up 833%. That's nothing. Nothing. This, I mean, some of these tokens and coins are going to go up 10,000% in a year. This thing just got started. This thing just got started. So this is real estate, right? I want to show you guys something. If you go to, where is it? Not that. Hold on a second. Because this is good. It's really going to show you guys like, where is it? Okay, this is what gets me really excited. So this website is visualcapitalist.com. All of the world's money and markets in one. Now, I want you guys to notice, okay, this is basically, look at here, cryptocurrency right here, okay? The total value of cryptocurrency is now 244 billion. Looking at this chart, out of all the world's money, you think about all the people that buy silver, buy, you know, whatever, out of all of the world's money, this right here is all, out of all the circulating money that everybody in the world holds, this is it that is invested right now into cryptocurrency. If you go down and you look at billionaires, okay? Gold, all the people that are invested into gold. Stock markets, a fraction of the world's money that is invested in stock markets. Global debt, all the money in global debt, okay? But wait for it. Look at this global real estate. Global real estate and global wealth, global real estate, global wealth, and this last one, derivatives. Do you guys see, see all, if you go back and you look at this small portion right here, out of all the money in the world that is invested in cryptocurrency, and then you go back and you look at this global, global real estate, none of this market yet, you guys, only, I want to say less than $1 million right now has entered this space. So when I talk about proppy and I talk about it being early, the reason I usually don't talk about stuff unless I've looked up and I've got some pretty significant, you know, facts to kind of throw behind it to back it up. All this money, you guys, that is in global real estate has not even touched the crypto market. So all this money needs to go somewhere. As soon as people find out, and proppy's not going to be the only one, but they are the first one. They have great licensing brands behind it, and they are already making huge strides. So when I look at that and I see all this money's got to go somewhere, as soon as people start making more transactions using crypto, buying land and property, it's crazy. So finding other, you know, virtual real estate companies to get into, again, proppy is my choice. Amazing. The next one, you guys, is derivatives. Ton of money in derivatives. Now, if you guys aren't really sure what derivatives are, so SNX is synthetics. Synthetics is a derivative. You can get that on Coinbase as well. Basically, what this does, what derivatives are, what this does is, right now, people have a lot of money that's tied up in like oil, or it could be a cruise line. It could be a number of things, stockholders, right? You could own dirt. I don't know, whatever. But people are penalized for pulling out early. They're hit by major fees from their banks, or maybe they're going to lose, you know, a large chunk, or maybe they're going to lose all of the equity in it because they're not living up to, they're not keeping it in there for the 10-year duration or however long they agreed to leave it in there, right? So derivative platforms like synthetics is one of them. There's lots of them. If you go to CoinGecko and you search synthetics, you'll get a whole bunch of them, or derivatives. But synthetics is one of the best ones that I personally am invested in. You can say I have 10 shares of Amazon stock or 10 shares of stock in this cruise line, and I want to buy Ethereum with it, or I want to buy Proppy with it, or I want to buy whatever it is, you go to Synthetics, and on their blockchain, you are able to put up your gold, your cruise, your whatever you have in that. They basically buy that off of you in a sense. They convert it and resell it to somebody else, or they take it for themselves and they basically convert it into whatever currency you want and you trade it. So now you're able to take these stocks, and like I said, this is very, very, very new. So not all of them are available yet. But I think it's amazing that they have created something that allows you to be able to take your hard-earned money that you have invested in some of these things, and without being hit with an astronomical fee, you're able to convert it and wrap it with Synthetics. It's called wrapping it with Synthetics. So basically you're putting your cruise on there, and now it's becoming a synthetic cruise token, which you can now convert for Ethereum or buy gold or whatever you want. It's a huge open trading platform for everything. All this money that is in there has not yet entered cryptocurrency derivatives. So derivative projects are very good to get involved in. I already talked about the Proppy. And then I know I've been holding you guys here for a long time. Thank you so much for sticking with me. The last one that I'm going to talk about, though, because like I said, I try to think of things that are going to be recession proof, that people are always going to need. This one, you guys, EVDC. And if you go to my YouTube channel, like I said, I was supposed to have another video up last week, and everyone in my household was super sick. And when I get fevers, I get fever blisters. And I was just not very attractive looking, to be honest with you. So I was like, I am not doing a video with these fever blisters. I look horrible. But thank goodness it was last week and not today, because that would have been awful. I would have had to like put my mask on or something. But anyways, I did a video on EVDC. The founder of EVDC liked it so much that he actually agreed to do a live interview with me. And that is my part 2. So I have a part 1 and a part 2 that are on my YouTube channel. But you guys, EVDC is basically the world's currency. It stands for Electric Vehicle Direct Currency. It is the currency trying to be and will be the currency for charging electric vehicles. Right now, and I'm going to just go over briefly because it's all in my YouTube video. Right now, if you have an electric vehicle, I don't know if any of you do, every new charging station you go to, you have to have a separate account for. So say I might charge my car down the street and I go there all the time. So I already have an account set up with them. But now I want to take a road trip, and now 2 hours down the road, I need to charge again. Now I have to create a new account with that charging station, put in all my credit card information again, all my personal information again. 2 hours later, I need to charge again. I got to do it again, right? So it's, a lot of people don't really like it. We don't want to have our personal information out there like that all the time, right? And it's just a hassle. So EVDC, they are on Google. You can get the app right now. It just came out of beta phase. The app just fully launched on the 15th. They just redid their website. This thing is about to blow the caps off the doors, you guys. This thing can easily do 1,000 times by the end of the year. Again, I am not financial advice. This is not a guarantee. The only reason I say that is because right now, up until this point, there's only 3,000 holders that own this coin. If you go to EVDC and you, somewhere anyways, it'll say buy this token, and you can get it on Uniswap, and you can also get it on PancakeSwap. Okay. So go to my video and check it out. But by downloading their app, you can use Apple Pay. It does Google Play Store. It also will accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and a variety of other cryptocurrencies, right? You create a profile using their app, and it basically creates a guest account for you to use at any electric vehicle charging station. So you open up the app, you need to charge your vehicle, you have money downloaded on there, and it will literally show you. I actually have the app on my phone. It will, because I was part of their beta phase. It will actually show you chargers that are near you. So like I just pulled this up on mine. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it'll show me that there's already 3 chargers within 1 mile of me. If you click on it, it'll show you if they're a supercharger or if it's a regular charger. So I fund my app, my account with Apple Pay, with Bitcoin, with any of the options with a credit card. And by doing that, you're actually buying their token. And now you can use their app, their digital currency to charge at any public charging station. One of the biggest headlines that just came out was Elon Musk has announced that he is not going to accept Bitcoin as a tender for people to use when they charge their vehicles. A lot of people don't realize this, but depending on where you live, there's a lot of incentives to going green. You might get things from the government that might, like if you buy an electric vehicle, they'll give you a $5,000 rebate, or, you know, if you use energy efficient lights, you know, and electronics, and you'll get a reduced, you know, bill on your energy bill or whatever. So with Elon Musk, he gets a lot of grants, money federally and from the government. He gets a lot of money in grants because he produces green cars, vehicles. Okay. When they found out that he was holding a large majority of Bitcoin, and this was a few months ago when he said that he sold off some of his Bitcoin, right? The reason that he did that was because his money, basically, they stopped giving him his grant money, because he was holding the majority of his money in Bitcoin, which is considered one of the worst and most polluted coins to mine. It uses a ton of energy for people to mine. It's not good for the environment at all. So they said, hey, you're supposed to be running a green, you know, business and doing this, but yet you're highly invested into something that is really bad for the economy. So he had to sell off a bunch of his Bitcoin, and in order to be able to get his funding back. So now, with that being said, he is not accepting Bitcoin as a tender for people to charge their vehicles because it is not green. EVDC is 100% green. So this coin is very new. The app just launched on the 15th. The website just updated fresh today. When you talk about utility, when I talk about utility, you guys, if you think about it right now, there's only 3,000 holders everywhere that own this token. If you guys are part of that 3,000 and now there's 350 or 3,500 or 3,050 or whatever, right? All of the money that goes into this, every time somebody downloads this app and deposits $20 of Apple Pay, they're buying the token. Every time now, you can actually buy one of their chargers. They're out of stock. They're out of stock on their superchargers because a hotel company just put in a pre-order for 150,000 of them. That is a lot of money flowing into this token. You can buy chargers at home. You can use the app. You can buy the token, and you can purchase it with multiple different currencies. There's also talk that they want to have this be a way that you can actually, like I have PG&E, I don't know who you guys use for, you know, energy and gas bills or whatever, but where they will actually accept this token as form of payment too. So, you know, you buy in early, you have a ton of coins, and later on down the road, you decide you want to pay a bill with this, you might be able to pay your energy bill with it. So, super, super, super new, you guys. It is fractions of a fraction of a penny. Like, let me just show you, and then I'm going to go ahead and get it wrapped up because I know I super appreciate you guys going along with me. But back down here, when I look at the graph, right? If you think about the Proppy one that I talked to people about less than 2 months ago, how it's already done, you know, 800 and something at the end of the year. Look at this, you guys. It's just now starting to take off. We've only done 16%. Can you imagine what it's going to look like, you know, 90 days from now, 120 days from now? And this thing is global. It's all over Europe. It's everywhere in the world. It's global. It's not just isolated to one area of the world. Anybody, as long as it's a public station, can use this. So as people use it and all of that, it gets dumped into the token. Right now, for $100, you can buy 3 million of these tokens For $100, you guys, you can get over 3 million of these tokens. Does that not excite you? Like, that is just crazy, right? And make sure you check gas prices. Now, by all means, if you can buy more, buy more. Because for $100, you can get over 3 million of these tokens. And I am so excited about this because I just know that it's going to do amazing things. There's a ton of utility and all these different ways that are going to pump the price of the token. So while our wallet holder amount is small and there's only 3,000 of us available, basically, the smaller we are, the more this thing is going to go up quicker, right? Because there's only 3,000 wallets to distribute this new increase in money that is going to be pouring into it. The more people that invest, that's more wallets that we're going to have to share it with. So the earlier you get in, the cheaper you get your coins. And again, you guys, like I said, I can honestly see this thing doing almost 1,000 times in just, under 6 months for sure. So EVDC coin number 1, well, going backwards, Ecomi coin number 2, Crappie coin number 3, and then I also did mention Polkadot and Matic, and then obviously you have your Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I know that wasn't a lot, you guys. I know that was a lot. I would definitely love to do this again. I could just sit here and literally talk about this stuff all night and for hours. I'm sure your guys' brains are like, wow. Please, if you guys ever have any questions, and I can get with Sophia as well and Chi and see when we want to do the next one. And, you guys can give your feedback and, whatever you want my next one to be on, and then we can kind of touch bases on this too. So, any questions for me, you guys, or anything you want me to clarify before we wrap it up?
Before y'all even ask questions, y'all go crazy in the chat with some flames. You got value from this call tonight. I'm over here like this. I'm like, oh my God, we want to be rich, right? No, Corinne, man, thank you so much. This was so good. Like, we went for an hour and a half, but it felt like 30 minutes because it was so much information, but it was such good information. Stuff that is literally transforming our mindset and our thinking of what the future really is going to look like. And we have an opportunity to be able to get in the infancy stages, y'all. Some of y'all on this call might be like, man, she just showed us that we still got 2 waves to go in Bitcoin. So we still early, but some of us are feeling like, man, why didn't I get in at $1,000? Guys, we have so much more information tonight where we can get in at a fraction of a penny. So there are a couple questions, Corinne, if you don't mind. We'll take.
No, not at all. Yeah.
I saw Whitney asked, do you have any advice on any solar coins? I guess any solar coins?
Not really at the moment. I know that SpaceX, not really. You know what? I would say at this point, no, but I will make a note of that. And I will have that answer for the next call. Awesome.
So Whitney, we're going to work on that. I have a quick question while someone else drops one. What's going on with Solana's network? There's a coin that I saw that one of the educators, Mike Sotero, sent out last night or night before last to buy, Star Atlas. It's on the Solana network, but I can't transfer nothing out of Coinbase to a Phantom wallet to swap. Do you know anything about what's going on with that?
Okay, so Phantom Wallet is an app. You kind of Solana, it's like they're blowing up. They're also launching NFTs on their blockchain and stuff too. So there's a lot of big projects that are coming out, which is obviously driving the price. There's millions of dollars. I think it was there was $2 trillion in 1 week put into OpenSea on NFTs.
Sheesh.
And now Solana and all these other blockchains are starting to accept, the NFT and do the whole NFT thing too, because that's just a ton of volume.
Right.
Phantom is its own app. You can download the app, and then some of their currencies are available to actually buy in the app. A lot of these tokens are not available on Coinbase yet. Coinbase is like the I guess you could say the one that everybody's always fighting for a spot on. But like I said, if you look up the coin in CoinGecko, it should tell you where you could buy it. And almost everything, if you have a MetaMask and you have Uniswap, you can almost buy anything that's not on Coinbase with your MetaMask or with your Uniswap. And if not, go to the Phantom wallet, and then you should be able to find the coin that you're looking for there, and then transfer Ethereum. It is ran off Ethereum. So you would have to transfer the Ethereum in and then buy it that way. You won't be able to buy it with Bitcoin.
Got you. Good stuff. What other questions y'all got? We got 5 minutes more with this encyclopedia.
Yeah, no worries. And you know what? That's why I wanted to make sure tonight, like I have lots of projects, but not everybody has $1,000, or, it's like, you feel like, and not that you need $1,000 to invest in Bitcoin, but it's like, for me, it was like, God, like $500, that's a lot of money, but I got 0.0000 whatever of a Bitcoin. Like, it doesn't really feel like it's not satisfying, but then finding coins that are less than a penny or less than $1. So you actually, like I said, you buy $100, you get a few million, you get an Ecomi, you $50, like, at least, keep them all, relatively cheap, so that it doesn't cost a whole lot to get in early and still be able to totally maximize from it. So
definitely.
What else?
I see a question in the chat from Zanika. She said, so do you think that Ethereum, in your view, is the best coin?
As far as the major coins go, yeah.
Because of utility, right?
Because of utility and
hey, what's your dog?
I know, right? Yes, because of the utility and because of all the thousands of coins that actually need Ethereum to run off their blockchain. And then the fact that they allow people to build off of their blockchain, and then they've got the staking, the DeFi, the mining, they've got pretty much it all. I anticipate Ethereum will flip Bitcoin and take first place by next year.
Yeah, because I know from Kurt's sessions, he always said the goal is to accumulate 5 Ethereum. You accumulate 5 Ethereum, you good, because when this thing really, y'all, Ethereum is only like what, 3,000 something a coin now. Imagine a couple years from now when that thing is
exactly.
So definitely. And guys, fun fact of the night. Did you know that one of the co-founders of Ethereum was 21 years old when he created it?
Crazy.
He's a kid, 21 years old, right? And Ethereum is now about to be the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. So that's amazing. So all my 21-year-olds on this call right now, y'all better go start coding or something. I'm playing. I'm playing. Y'all
make NFTs, create your own NFTs and sell them too. It's crazy, right. And that's something too that I know a lot of artists, you're seeing a lot of artists and maybe like baseball players or people that, I think the biggest thing is probably artists, because say, I don't know, say you live in Nigeria or wherever you are, and there's an artist that you love in Italy that has a gallery, and you really want some of their art, but you can't get there. You got to get on a plane, you got to drive there, you got to physically buy the art. Not everybody has the ability to do that. And so with NFTs, these artists are able to create something and share it with the world, and basically anybody can buy it. Anybody, so, and that's kind of the same thing. So, and music artists are kind of the same way, is that they're able to put their music out and reach, globally, anybody that might like their music, rather than just the small, populated town that they live in. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, this NFT thing is amazing, man. Like I remember hopping on OpenSea and buying my first few. I was just like, all right, let me just see how this thing works. I didn't know what I was buying. It probably ain't worth anything. But I said, let me just try the process to see how it works, So I understood, okay, there's gas fees for converting my Ethereum to Poly. Oh, that's a question.
Yeah.
Do you use OpenSea?
Yeah.
Have you used, okay. Is there a way, instead of having Ethereum and kind of bridging it for Polygon, can I just buy Matic and send it and like use that, or no?
Yes and no. So some of them will allow you to pay with Matic. or WETH, where
Wrapped
it's
Ethereum.
wrapped in Ethereum, which technically it'll have the purple instead of the black ETH, like the little, it'll have a purple one. If
Okay.
it's purple, it means that you can use WETH. If it's not, then it's just regular ETH. But there's a way that you can actually search specifically on OpenSea. If you want to search only projects that run off Matic or the Polygon blockchain so that you're not having to pay the gas, you can search just based off of those. Otherwise, if it's done on Ethereum, even though, if it's ran on the Ethereum blockchain, you gotta pay. I know it's
Good stuff. Let's see if we got any more questions.
Yeah.
Kristen, look into that. No, I guess that's all. But Corinne, this was incredible. Like A+. Y'all go ahead and drop some 9s in the chat.
Thank you guys. Oh, you guys are awesome.
You have exceeded, all expectation on this call. I knew you were going to bring so much value, but it was like nonstop value. And I think everyone on this call, no matter what their level of experience is in the crypto space, they learned a lot, and we got a lot of things now that we could have action steps that we can take. We don't just know a lot more about crypto, but now we can actually do some things. We know, guys, if you forgot them, Matic, Polkadot, Ecomi, Propi, and EVDC.
Yes.
Get them.
Yes.
Get them. Okay, get whatever.
Yeah,
you can.
we'll do a wrap up at the end of the year. We'll be before that, but we'll be celebrating.
Definitely. So this was amazing, man. This was definitely incredible. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us. I know you're on the West Coast, so it's a little earlier for you. You still could go kick it for the weekend, but there's no better way that we could have spent this Saturday night than just getting access to so much information that's gonna empower us and help us to elevate and just equip us for the future. So I gotta send a special thank you to Chi-Chi for linking this. It's based on Chi-Chi's relationship that she introduced me to Corinne. We got on a Zoom and I was like, this is the smartest girl I know. We gotta get her to share this information with the squad and the team. So appreciate you all. Corinne, thank you. I'm gonna share this recording with you because this is something for your archives as well. Tons of mini content you can get from this.
Yes.
So much value. But guys, I appreciate you all. Y'all held on for almost 2 hours. That means that you guys are really serious about learning in this space. And tap in to the DCX Academy. Okay, that's where this all started. Kurt Cobain, Mike Sotero, Picasso, Nick Gomez. These guys are geniuses. Okay, so definitely don't sleep on the DCX Academy. So love y'all, man. Y'all have a great one. Corinne, thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Before y'all go, y'all already know the vibes. Take a screenshot. So smile, Corinne. Take a screenshot and make sure y'all tag Corinne from Cali. I'll drop the Instagram again. Follow her. Show her some love. I've been dropping YouTube channel. Show her some love. Go subscribe. Hit the bell for when she to get notified for new videos, and go on that Instagram right now, y'all, and blaze up her story right now to say that she added so much value on this call tonight. So Corinne, appreciate you. Chi-Chi, thank you. The entire family, y'all have a great night. God bless. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.
Good. Bye, guys.